All right, what is up, YouTube? And welcome back to another video, man. And in today's video, I want to talk about self-improvement relapses. And before we hop into today's video, bear with me. I lost my voice recently. I was at a bachelor's party last week for my boy. He was getting married and it was pretty wild. And as you can see, I lost my voice, man. So bear with me. Won't be super long video today, but in today's video, I want to talk about self-improvement relapses, man. There's this expectation that when you start self-improving and holding yourself accountable and taking your life really to the next level, a lot of people think it's going to be just some straight shot formula from point A to point B. Follow X, Y, and Z to get to where you want to be, right? Going on an entire monk mode protocol, right? Filled with cold showers and meditation and journaling and not drinking and no fap and all of that stuff. And realistically, 99% of people who go hard on self-improvement, go on these monk modes, they're not going to be able to do every single thing on that list right off the bat and stay consistent. They're going to relapse. I look back at myself in self-improvement, and I've relapsed many times. There aren't really very many people out there that can really do every single thing right off the bat. Point A to point B, follow X, Y, Z on the list. No messing up. No type of just roadblock, nothing in the way. They just go through the list of things flawlessly, right? There's not a lot of people in the world that can do that. Nobody is going to be 100%. You don't have to hit 100% every single day, 24/7 to get to that end goal. Now, let me be very, very clear. I'm not saying that you should use this as an excuse to purposely slack off and not try, purposely not do certain things or be lazy about doing certain things on certain days. I'm not saying to do that, but the biggest message, that a lot of you guys have to realize is that even when you do mess up, right? Yeah, you're going to feel like shit. Write down those feelings when you mess up in some type of journal, right? So then later on, when you're tempted to go and do something like that or do something out of the ordinary, do a bad habit that you shouldn't be doing, you have that journal as a reference. You have something to look at as a reference to remind you of that moment back in time when you did slip up. So now you have your feelings written down, and just rereading your feelings at that time period when you did mess up and reading it again and again and again, it'll make you not want to slip up. It'll stop you from, being tempted to doing that bad habit, because really having it written down, you're having your feelings written down on a journal, really kind of paints that picture in your thoughts of how you felt during that time when you messed up, man. Again, some people, they'll slip up earlier rather than later, but the biggest thing you need to know is if you do slip up, man, it happens to everybody. Nobody is perfect, but you just gotta keep going, I know it's just the biggest cliche advice, and probably a lot of you guys have heard it before. Some maybe not, but the worst thing you could do is just give up and go back to where you were. Especially those of you guys that slip up during the middle of your journey, right? You've come too far to just throw it all away and go back to the person you once were, the person with those bad habits, right? You've come too far, right? You're so close to your goal. You might be halfway to your goal. You might be a quarter of the way to your goal. And yeah, you slip up and perform some bad habits. Get back on, man. Get back on that train. kick yourself, get back on track, man. Pick up where you left off, bro. You know, you can't sit there, beat yourself over doing a bad habit. You can't sit there and just give up because you slipped up, you went out, you drank, you fapped, you know, scrolled on your phone for too long, or you skipped a couple days at the gym, or you forgot to post a video on a certain day. You know, it happens to everybody. But at the end of the day, if you're just doing what you're supposed to do consistently, right? Doesn't mean you're never going to slip up. But if 95% of the time you're doing what you're supposed to do, 98% of the time you're doing what you're supposed to do, that is way greater than the few times that you slip up, man. And, you know, the reason I made this video, man, you know, as I said earlier in this video, I went to a friend's bachelor's party this past weekend and I slipped up. Right? I relapsed. I wasn't going to drink at all, and unfortunately I relapsed and I did drink. I'm not going to get into too much detail because this is YouTube, but let's just say whatever you expect happens at bachelor's parties, right? In that party environment with, you know, going out to clubs and girls and, you know, partying it out with friends. You know, there were times during this vacation, this bachelor's party, where I slipped up. And, you know, I came back yesterday and, you know, I really sat there. And I actually recently was beating myself up over it. Like, damn, you know, I completely lost that momentum. And it's part of the reason, you know, I was gone for nearly a week, which is why you guys haven't seen a video from me on YouTube in, you know, literally a week now. But hey, you know, I was gonna film videos talking to you guys actually from Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic. That's where my boy's bachelor's party was. But, you know, unfortunately, the discipline for me to do that wasn't there. And it sucks because there was certain things that I wasn't able to accomplish that I thought I could even on this vacation, right? At least giving you guys 2 videos a week like I promised originally. And unfortunately, you know, this is the first time I've slipped up in a while on that. And, you know, I was thinking about, man, you know, I slipped up. I didn't promise, you know, I didn't fulfill my promise to, you know, my audience, right? 2 videos a week. And I was thinking about, you know, a bunch of other things as well, right? My other business, my online personal training business, how, you know, I was supposed to be working on that too. And I should have thought it out better. I should have planned things out better. But at the end of the day, you have to embrace it and, you know, pick back up where you left off, right? And again, I'm not saying you can never enjoy yourself, right? I clearly enjoyed myself, you know, the past few days, the past week, man. But majority of the time, man, you gotta just keep going. You gotta just perform those good habits. You gotta get back into your routine if you're on a break and continue where you left off, man. Everybody slips up. It's okay. But you can't let these little things come in the way and just halt you from your goal. Especially those of you guys that have been working on something that you're trying to achieve for a long time. You've come too far to just let it all go, man. So self-improvement relapses happen, distractions happen, but you can't let it stop you from achieving your goal, man. So anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. I've kind of lost my voice. Can't really, you know, go on talking too much, but again, starting now, I promise to you guys 2 new videos consistently every single week. That's my promise. I won't let you all down. Hold me to it. And with all that being said, let's crush the remainder of 2024. So like, comment, subscribe, drop a comment below, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.